Are you looking for a haircut that allows your hair to flow majestically without sacrificing tactical advantage? May I present to you the snake cut? I have seen a number of people on Reddit asking about Snake's hairstyle. What is it called? How do they achieve it? Well, as someone who has lived with this haircut for the past 2 years, and has got it cut professionally as well as cutting it myself, I think I can tell you all you need to know. I'm something of an expert now. First things first, this is a mullet. No, don't cringe. Mullets are cool. Business in the front, party in the back. I don't understand why they have such a bad reputation. I mean, okay, there are a lot of horrible mullets. Why Big Boss or Venom Snake or Solid Snake don't look like trailer trash or bogans as we say in Australia is because their haircut is perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Mullets look awful when the business section is too short and the party section is too long and disconnected. There's no graduation there. Mullets is making a bit of a resurgence now, though. Women, most often, seem to opt for the severe fringe or leaving it a bit longer around the ears. I've seen both men and women shaving the sides of the hair, real short there. Men seem to be choosing that severely disconnected mullet that I mentioned before, too short in the front, too long in the back. But we don't want to look like some punk or bogan. We want to look like a super soldier, so how do we do that? First of all, you need at least shoulder-length hair in order to cut it to length. So now to show you how to cut this style yourself. This will also help you even if you're getting a hairdresser to do it. You can better communicate what this style consists of. First, divide your hair in half, tying the back half into a ponytail. This front section you're going to cut about 5 centimeters or a couple of inches all the way around your head. The fringe bit here sits just above the eyebrow, and if you're going for the Venom Snake look specifically, the fringe is asymmetrical. This means that you cut it really short on the left side, or whichever side your hair part's on. It needs to be short enough to be able to spike up in that way that he does. If any of it looks too blunt or uneven, point cutting is your friend. There are many tutorials on this, but essentially you're cutting directly into the hair, like this, to blend it in. Now for the back. Divide a thin layer at the top. As you can see on Big Boss, it's about 10 centimeters long, or about the midpoint of your skull, parallel to where your eyes would be. But if you have curly hair, this is the challenging area. I used to cut it too short, and I couldn't blend it myself, so it would always spring up, and it looked stupid, and I'd always have to hold it down with clips and stuff. Now it just sits properly. I have showers at night, and in the morning I just use one of those horsehair brushes, then I wet my hair and it resets the curls, and I'm ready for the day. This short layer follows the shape of the head, so you're not cutting straight across a line like a fringe, it's more of a curve. The final layer, the longest at the back, I admit I can't do this part myself, I just trim the front so I don't need to visit a hairdresser so often. And I'm always terrified they'll ruin my hair again. But I can tell you can cut it straight across the back, where that bone sticks out, that part of the nape. Then you want to do some vertical cutting like that. And that is challenging, so this part might be left to someone who can assist you. If you're a little nervous about transitioning to such a radically different haircut, especially if you have hair as thick and as curly as mine, then I would highly recommend going to a hairdresser and asking for a shag haircut or a wolf haircut. As their names imply, they are shaggier, more layered, somewhat shorter in the front and tapering down. Here's what mine looked like, straight and curly. This was an excellent way to see how my hair behaved, and if it wasn't working, no problem. The time it would need to grow out would be much less than if I'd gone full mullet. So thankfully, my problem was the opposite. I needed to go shorter. I needed to go full Big Boss. Unfortunately, disaster struck. I had the wolf cut for about a month before I returned to the hairdresser asking for a minor adjustment, and this horrible bitch cut all my hair off, She wasn't apologetic about it either. This haircut isn't possible in reality. Okay, bitch, then why did you do it? You know, you go to them and you ask them, okay, this is what I'm thinking, can you do this? And instead of saying, no, I'm not sure, or could you show me other photos, I'm a bit confused. Nah, chopped all my hair off. At least they didn't charge me. And I can assure you, this haircut is absolutely possible in reality, and I'm here to make sure you don't suffer the same fate. The problem was, I was showing her these photos of Venom Snake, and I can see that now. His half up, half down look seems to confuse a lot of people. Look at this bust that I have over here. Got this little bust of Venom. And so they've just sculpted it as if it was half up, half down. And it isn't. It's not like that at all. It's that he has these two side sections on the nape here hanging down out of the ponytail. I'll show you how you do it. This is how you tie your hair like Venom Snake. Firstly, I'm going to demonstrate how not to tie your hair back. None of this half-pony business. Now, with that out of the way, position a mirror facing another mirror so you can see the back of your head. Taking a comb, you will section the sides of the nape. This might take some practice to get right. I can usually tie my hair back like this in a couple of minutes. It even works when curly. Actually, for my hair it's better when curly because I have two cowlicks around this area. In this video, I have straightened the hell out of my hair so it's sitting flat just long enough for me to film this. I try to neatly part these sections, but it doesn't really matter. Venom Snake's ponytail is messy anyway. I always felt like he tied his hair back because he wasn't used to a mullet. He had a buzz cut in his former life, so maybe the long hair felt strange to him. This ponytail is great when you want to keep the sweat off your neck, but you don't want the severity of a full ponytail. This is a soft alternative. And now back to the studio. I mean, the easiest thing to do is to not show your barber or hairdresser Venom Snake. For some reason, the ponytail is really confusing to them, so Big Boss in Ground Zeroes is going to be your ideal reference. It's going to be a lot easier for them to understand what you're asking for. Plus, the graphics are much more, well, detailed, contemporary. A side note, Naked Snake in Delta appears to have an even shorter, even fluffier, even more layered cut. I can't say I'm a big fan of it. It's alright, but it's not my favourite. I wouldn't do that to myself. I think it's a little too much. Especially because my hair is curly. I think this length, when it's curly, sits beautifully. I will link you to my Pinterest board with all the Big Boss and Venom Snake hair references you should need. I have wrestled with my hair type since I can remember. I never had a haircut I liked. My mother refused to cut my hair when I was a child, so I was this miserable cousin my hair was just down to my knees. Then in high school I had a bob cut, which I had to straighten every day. Then I had a pixie cut, then I shaved my head for a while. Then, while I was recovering from an accident, I couldn't get any haircut, so it grew really long again, and of course I hated it. I was playing MGSV while I was recovering, and it was then that I realized the mullet was the haircut for me. And it is, it's much easier and low maintenance, although a bit of fine-tuning was in order. For example, when I get a haircut, I always get it cut very short around the ears, because when I have it the same length as Snake, I mean, right now it is the exact, it's midway through the ear there, that's the exact correct length. But if it gets any longer than that, it turns into these big, stupid, curly loops on the side of my head that won't sit down. No matter what I do, it looks so stupid. And that should be about everything you need to know about this haircut. I've been wearing this for about 2 years now, and I don't think I'll ever change my haircut. It's so perfect. Unintentionally, and I cut it initially for the costume, but then realized this works so well. And I like that more androgynous look, it's a little bit more softer and feminine at the back, but it's more masculine and punk at the front, so yeah, brilliant. You may need to do some revisions. Not everyone's the same, not everyone's scalp and hairline is the same, so you might notice over time, like I did with the thickness of my hair here, that it's better for me to cut things at different lengths. It doesn't have to be exactly identical to Big Boss or Venom Snake or whoever you're cosplaying as. But yeah, so if it doesn't look perfect immediately, that's okay. Just give it some time, figure out what you need specifically for your hair type and your cowlicks and your curls and whatever. But I would genuinely recommend this for everyone. Any hair type, male, female, whatever. It's so good. I'm a big fan of the mullet now. Alright, well, good luck on your mullet journey. Over and out.